everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I like sometimes when people make videos on pretenders or contenders, and so I thought we'd look at the 16 teams and I would just quick shot be like, nope, or something like that. Anyways, let's get into the video. I was wondering how I ordered this. I was like, should I go east to west? Should I alphabetical? Okay, that is the quickest, easiest way I could do it. So we'll go alphabetical. The first team that we will start with is our Boston Bruins. I gotta say pretender, because there are some, like, all the pieces that they had in 23 obviously are not there because they've been traded away or retired. If Pastrnak has a couple games where he can steal the series, they are going to get to the second round. I don't see Boston. I don't see Boston winning the cup this year. Hurricanes. Okay, this is going to be very controversial. Pretender. We have seen in the last handful of years, the Canes have met the Panthers or the Rangers in the postseason, and they're like, I could be wrong. This could be the year that they turn it around. I don't like, they are the 1 seed in the East. Like, they should be at least bare minimum Eastern Conference Finals. But there's something that says, hey, maybe that round 2 matchup against the Flyers or Penguins isn't all just sunshine and rainbows. Vegas, I hate to say it, but contender. And I have to kind of bite my tongue when I say it, because if we've seen the trajectory and like the history of Vegas, their team is always in the mix. Yeah. With the Kings, pretender. I don't think, look, they could pull a huge upset, because we have seen President Trophy winners lose in the first round. I mean, this could be Kopitar's last ride, you know, one final rodeo, and he pulls some magic where he'll steal a game or two, and then LA moves on and they await the winner of the Wild and the Stars, which would be absolutely crazy. But I'm gonna have to go with pretender. It took them to the last week to get into the postseason. So yeah, Tampa. I'm gonna say contender, and I'm gonna go. You gotta lean on your defense. They have some of the best defensemen in the league. They have one of the top 5 goalies with Vasilevsky. They got a coach who arguably is one of the best in the league right now. Tampa could be a problem in the East, whether I want to admit it or not. Dallas, no more of this phony. They're not a contender. They are a contender. I maybe in years past I would have been pretender. This ain't happened, but I really think Dallas has kind of kept in pace with the Avalanche until the last handful of games. But Dallas has been able to be one of those teams where you overlook them, kind of like Vancouver, because a lot of teams overlooked Vancouver or Edmonton in some of their series, which, you know, if you told the Vancouver Canucks fans like 2 years ago where their team be now, they wouldn't believe you. But I think Dallas has a real shot where if they can get past the Avs in the second round, they're winning the cup. Like, that's probably what it's going to be. And the other thing too is Dallas has eliminated the President Trophy winners in recent memory.
Circling that second to Harley.
Minnesota Wild, pretender. I'm not bought in yet. Okay, with the Avalanche, I'm gonna catch some flack for this. I'm torn, because when there are expectations for the Avalanche to meet, that's where they turn into pretenders. And so I'd say pretender. But then there's also parts of me, I thought it last year with the Jets. I thought it the year before with, who was the number 1 in 20? The Rangers. Because I had the Rangers getting to the Eastern Conference Final. When the Bruins were the 1 seed and broke the record, I had them winning the Stanley Cup. Like, I think they are legit contenders. That one thing is, when they have gone deep in the postseason and won, they had 0 expectations from like a media standpoint. But when they have had, hey, this is the year, round 2, round 1, quick exits. Oilers, I gotta go with pretender. I'm not bought in. I think goalkeeping, you get rid of your goalkeeper that helped carry you, both of them too, Pickard and Skinner. Look, I think the last handful of postseasons, you cannot deny, yes, Draisaitl played phenomenal, and then McDavid had his moments, but goalkeeping, and if you don't have a solid goalie, it's not happening. Hey, how'd you guys get here? Pittsburgh Penguins, pretender. I think they can. I think the battle for Philadelphia is going to be a fun series, I think I would probably lean towards them beating Philadelphia and probably a lengthy series, maybe 6 games. But that Carolina one, parts of me want to lean towards the youngsters and speed, and that's where I'd favor the Canes, but we'll see. Who's going to be the netminder for the Canes? That'd be my big question. But Ottawa, pretenders. I do think they'll give, in the first round some fits. Now, if they get past the first round, look at the momentum of the Panthers a handful of years back. Look at look at this underdog team. Like, they snuck a win out. Like, I think even last year with the Oilers in Vegas, people thought Vegas was going to win this series. Or you look at the Stars, where Stars weren't supposed to beat the Avalanche, yet they did. I think if Ottawa can get some wins under their belt and catch some fire, yeah, they could be a legit contender. But for now, I'm going to say pretender. Buffalo, this is the easiest one. Pretender. Next. No, let's stay here. Let me give a reason why. They're going to get caught up in the hype of, I think there are the emotions of this is your first playoff series in a very long time. Because I think, let me fast forward a couple years too, when Detroit finally, because I think Detroit has the longest playoff drought. When Detroit gets to the postseason as well, it will be the same thing. Look how many years it's been. Look how many decades it's been since we won a playoff series. I think there's parts of me where if they don't take advantage of games 1 and 2, it's not happening. It is not happening. The Flyers, I have to, with the Penguins, there's parts of me that think the winner out of the Flyers and the Penguins series, there's parts of me that see them, whichever one gets to the Eastern Conference Final. I don't know why I'm thinking it. It's a vibe I'm getting. But I'm going to say pretender just because this is another team like the Kings, that 7 or 8 seed where it took them to the last week to get in. But there are benefits of, being one of the last teams because you've been playing playoff hockey since we got back from the Olympics. So, there's that versus teams like the Avalanche or the Stars who've kind of been sitting in cruise control. All right, for the Utah Mem, wait a minute, this isn't their logo. Frauds. Teams in Utah don't win. They never have. For the Habs, I'm gonna put pretenders just because I think if they can get past Tampa, I think all bets are off. But I think there's parts of me where they know that storyline of a Stanley Cup final rematch. I think Tampa's going to take care of business. And when you look at points production and stuff, there's parts of me where you shut down Cofield, it's over. Because look at the Oilers. The second they shut down McDavid, are the Habs a complete team? I don't think they're as stacked as other teams. But again, that's just my opinion. The Anaheim Ducks. I feel like I've been saying pretender a lot. Let me say contender. Well, if the postseason started right after the Olympics, I would definitely say contender because the Ducks were beating the Stars, the Avalanche. I think they beat the Sabres. They beat the Bruins. They're beating the top teams in the league, and they were taking care of business. They beat the Rangers one time and embarrassed them. I think they beat the Capitals as well. The Ducks were, holy cow, look at all these, veterans that they bring in through trades, and they're winning games. They're top of the Pacific. Now they let the Pacific slip. It's been up in the air on who's going to actually win it. It ended up being Vegas. But I think if the Ducks can get past their first round matchup, their predictions in weeks when I looked at the bracket and went day to day, I penciled in Avalanche versus the Ducks in the Western Conference Final. So I don't know. Maybe this could be a year kind of like handful of, oh gosh, it's been 2 decades, but when the Ducks went on a run and they won it all. So who knows? All right, anyways, guys, that's my thoughts on pretenders and contenders. Be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't take it too serious. It's just, all for fun and games though. But stay tuned, guys. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.